Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Dalam video kali ini saya nak share dengan anda macam mana nak find trade setup using some fundamental data. So today is Thursday, October 20th, 2016. Hang on a second. Let me just put this thing on pause. Okay, anyway. Alright, so sekarang ni today is Thursday, October 20th, 2016, and then earlier we had a worse than expected Aussie data on employment change. So that was way worse than expected. But previously was like minus 8.6k, and then expected was way beyond lah, which is 15,000. That's why we see a push to the upside on Aussie. Now the result is worse than expected, so this is definitely gonna be sell on Aussie. That usually is the case. And then today we have pound, euro dengan dollar punya data lah. So looking at this fundamental, kita boleh katakan the best trade to take is on pound Aussie, euro Aussie, Aussie dollar, and possibly Aussie Swiss. Okay, so daripada sini kita boleh nampak is more toward the sell side. Why? Because sell Aussie lah. Okay, so pound kita tengok sini expected is better than before. And there is a big event risk today for euro. Okay. So and then recently there has been a talk that ECB akan taper, akan kurangkan dia punya stimulus. So maybe Mario akan komen hari ni tentang tu, and if that is really is the case, then possibly we gonna see a rebound in euro. Okay, so based on this data, the best trade I think is euro Aussie. Okay, pound ada banyak sikit drama kat dalam tu, so maybe we take a look at euro Aussie. Okay, let's take a look at euro Aussie. Okay, this is euro Aussie 4 hour. Okay, let's do it properly lah. Let's put the euro. This is euro yen, so let's just change that to euro Aussie. Okay, kita buat proper. So I tunjukkan you macam mana kita boleh gunakan fundamental untuk dapatkan trade setup. So let's just do that. Change that. Okay. Okay. So now euro Aussie 1 week is about 272 pips dia punya weekly range and then daily range is about 130 pips. That's usually what I pay attention to lah, weekly and daily. Kalau you are short term trader, you should pay attention also to the 4 hour and 1 hour punya movement range lah. So let's put dia punya period separator, so senang kita nak nampak sikit. Okay. So by default memang saya tak letak lah period separator tu, but when you really need it, you have to put it lah. Okay. So lebih kurang 272. So kalau you tengok dekat sini 4 hour, dia actually dah fulfill dia punya range 270 kan, lebih kurang. So kalau you kira daripada top sini sampai ke bawah, it's already been like 280 plus. So it's already fulfill the weekly range on the 4 hour lah, because this one gives you a weekly view kan. So it's just reasonable to trade on the opposite. Macam ni jatuh, so sekarang ni it's just reasonable to trade on the upside. So first thing first, kita identify our exit point. Dekat mana kita nak letak stop loss, dekat mana kita nak letak take profit. So stop loss to looking at this condition, let's take a candle Okay, yang ni reversal signal. Ini reversal signal. Saya tak ingat apa dia punya pattern, but it's a reversal signal lah. Okay, I cannot remember lah, but try to find for it lah. But this is a reversal signal. There is a like a bullish, nak kata hammer pun tidak, but it's a reversal signal lah. Okay, and then dah sampai dia punya weekly range pun, so that is also another condition that has met. So now kita nak kena cari dia punya stop loss. So stop loss dia simple saja, is the few pips below the low of the week, sebab dia dah fulfill weekly range. So low is 4183. So maybe kita put stop loss about 4175 macam tu. Let's just mark that 4175. Okay. Okay, earlier dia punya low dekat 4183 kan. So depends on the spread of this pair. Cuba tengok. So 58, 59 lebih kurang dalam ini ILC account raw spread, so is of course lower lah than usual markup spread, but let's put like 5-10 pips daripada dia punya tu lah low ni 4183. So kalau 10 pip buat 4173, so 4175 is reasonable lah. Okay, so that's the exit point, kita punya stop loss. So sekarang ni nak take profit kat mana? Alright, daily. So depends. Kalau you nak close trade ni tomorrow Friday, then maybe you ambil 2 times of the risk pun boleh. Ataupun kalau you nak keep it until next week, then maybe you boleh gunakan breakout dekat sini ni 44. So we looking at a major handle 144 kat situ. So maybe it will rebound to the upside until it meet the next support become resistance 144 kat situ. So that could be mana tandakan 1.44 there. Okay, check balik. Yeah, alright. So sekarang ni you dah identify you punya exit point. So kalau katakan you nak close trade ni besok, reasonable tak? Is that reasonable? Kalau dia kata lah you tarik Fibo on the 4 hour chart di situ, Fibonacci retracement which is around 38.2. So that's pretty much reasonable, and there is a possibility also dia akan sampai ke sini by tomorrow lah. At any rate, it's a good risk reward also. Let's try to calculate lah. Okay, so katakanlah sekarang ni you dah identify you punya exit point. Next what is to decide on your entry. So exit dekat 4175. You have to know how much you're willing to risk. Katakanlah you willing to risk $50 lah katakan kan. Okay, $50, or how much percent lah that $50 to your account. So let's say is 1%, so that's your account size possibly is 5,000 lah. So you calculate based on your risk percentages and in this example I just nak gunakan $50 as an example lah. Okay, so relative to your account size, you should decide what is your risk exposure per trade, and then total risk exposure, your risk limit. Okay, so katakan sekarang ni you dah decide nak risk $50. Now this $50 yang you nak risk, you boleh expand ikut stop loss. So kalau katakan stop loss sekarang dekat 4175. Okay, 4175. Katakanlah you tambah 50 pips, that's 4225. So you should enter at 4225, which is a 50 pip risk. Kalau you letak $50, then maybe you ambil 0.01. Okay, so ataupun kalau you nak kecilkan size pun boleh, you ambil 0.05, half of your risk exposure. So depends on your risk limit lah, of course. So dekat situ you boleh decide you punya entry. So always decide on the exit point first. Yang itu yang sebenar-benarnya cari yang betul untuk trade. So kita letak katakan dekat buy limit dekat 1.4225. Okay, letak kat situ. So kalau kat situ ada 50 pip lah. So 50 pip time 0.05 at about $25 lah. Of course yang Euro Aussie ni the pip value different, I know, but let's just use 1 pip equals to $1 for 10,000 unit as a estimate lah. Kalau you nak kira betul-betul, memang dia punya value different, of course, but let's use that as a rule of thumb supaya kita is easy to work with our mind. So you letak dia punya buy limit dekat situ. And then how do you know that this buy limit akan trigger? You tak tahu kan. So maybe that's why untuk memenuhi keperluan emosi, kita ambil lah satu post yang kecil, macam kita buat dengan Kiwi kan. Kiwi tu kita ambil post kecil kan, and then true enough our buy limit did not get triggered. So kita ambil post kecil, ambil 0.01 ke. Okay, ambil situ, and then you punya take profit 1.01. 4390. Now there's another tips that I want to share later. If you work on with the round numbers, major psycho, minor psycho on the key levels, always try not to be right on the dot. So kalau katakan 1.44, you ambil 4390 or 4395, whichever that you prefer lah. For me, I try to be not so greedy. 4390 is good enough for me, and then my risk is like 4175 kan. So now in dalam case ni, dia punya risk dah jadi besar betul. 4250, 4250. So that's additional 20 pips more. 1.42, katalah 56 and 57 on the buy side. So let's say 4258 lah, huh? And then minus 1.4175. That's already about 83 pip, lebih bukan 80 pip. So 80 kali dengan 0.01 just now is already like what, $88 macam tu kan. So lebih kurang lah. Okay, so you boleh buat macam tu lah, 1.4175. Can also, ataupun kalau you nak, you boleh letak 4.42 50 or 55 macam tu, untuk reducekan you punya risk lagi. Sebab 1 pip does really matter, yeah? If you speak, even though small account pun, you must have this attitude untuk minimalkan risiko. Okay, so dalam case ni boleh lah kalau you nak ambil satu kan. I know, because it's at first it's gonna be very difficult to overcome your emotion, but through time, through practice, inshallah you get it, you get over it. Okay, so I ambil kat situ bye-bye market. Alright, so now I akan so that it definitely is not an attractive punya risk reward lah. But kalau you calculate, that was 83 pip kan. And then kita punya 4390 minus dengan kita punya position tadi berapa, 4258 59 lah, teruk senang. 130 pips, about 31 pips. So minus dengan 83 pips tadi, so that's 48 pips. So about 1.5, close to 1.5 macam tu. So not bad lah on the risk reward ratio. Of course kita memang akan maximize profit, minimize risk. Sebab trade-trade yang macam ni lah yang risk reward ratio yang besar ni akan menyelamatkan account. Okay, so enough of that at this point. I hope this video really gonna help you make a better trading decision. Till we talk next time. Thank you for watching. Assalamualaikum.